Wild and crazy, off-grid woman, home alone on the homestead. The day has begun. It's already several hours old, and I have so many things to do. Sometimes, often, every day, I try to figure out what is most important, and it all seems important, seems to be screaming at me. But today, I'm taking a little bit of time for some exercise because I have a tendency to neglect that. And I have my backpack on with, I don't remember if it's 10 or 12 pounds. I am trying the rucking, kind of like rucksack, trying it out before I invest in a weighted vest because those are expensive. And I already have a backpack and water bottles, so hey, why not? So this is supposed to build bone density, or at least prevent bone density from decreasing as I creep up into those older years. On my list today, I'm gonna head up there. Actually, I'm gonna take a moment right now, head up the hill and turn on the water, the well pump, because we have a bright day, but we have some clouds. So we need every bit of sunlight we can squeeze onto our solar panels. So let me turn the solar well pump on, fill up the tank up the hill because it's empty. I filled the tank in the house yesterday, made sure we had that topped off so that we can take showers and everything. The sun is already coming out. It's already getting hot. I need to be doing several things out here, like picking blackberries and doing some more weeding. So I think I'm going to put my jumping on hold because of the blackberries that need picking. Little bit by little bit, we have a few to stow away into the freezer, and I've been enjoying making smoothies with them. Oh, let me tell you something. I'll tell you a secret. Maybe it's not a secret to you, but wow. Putting 12 pounds on your back makes it hard. My heart is pumping a lot faster than usual, and I'm getting more out of breath. But I would like to maintain some physical fitness or get back into it, and so that's the point of this. We have lots of blackberries that are needing to be attended to, so let me go grab a container, throw my hair up, and get into that. See what we can do. Also on the list, I have to clean out our shower in our main bathroom, and for some reason, I guess because we were busy when we were doing this, we never got the grout sealed, and so that is on my list for today. I'm going to scrub it, bleach it, let it kind of do its thing, and then I'm going to come back and apply the grout sealer so that we can rest easier. It'll be easier to clean, and I've never done this before, so hey, learning something new today. Come along with me. It'll be wild and crazy. Off-grid woman, home alone on the homestead. What could be more crazy than that? I could think of a few things, but hey, let's stop for a moment. Take a look at the flowers. I love flowers, and I hope you do too. These are all looking so beautiful. All the color. Flowers make me happy. And this flower is a testament to tenacity. It's just in the barren ground. I don't know how this even happened. If a seed fell and germinated, and I don't know how, it could have happened because all around is just hard packed soil and gravel. But here it is, making flowers, shining, doing its best. It's blooming where it was planted, just like we should do. First things first. Way too hot for all this hair. Let's do it. I don't know how, but somehow I forgot that it's not only the shower that needs grouted, it's the whole bathroom. So that turns this into a way different project than just let's do the shower. I may just do the shower for now. Let's see how it goes. I got to sweep everything out. Okay, I have to sweep this out. I'm going to spray it out and then I'm going to bleach it and take all these handy dandy things from the shower out. I have a corner shelf that I plan to hang, but I'm not going to hang it until I have this done. It just goes by suction, and so I have my little basket, and we'll get this out of here. Okay, we have this little niche. Okay, now we have everything cleared. I have the curtain up out of the way, and I am ready to start. Right off the bat, I see two things. One, this is a bigger job than I ever thought. And two, I can ditch this rucksack because I don't need an extra 10 or 12 pounds on my back while I do this job. We can try this again later. This thing is pretty heavy. And I'm feeling light as a feather. There's always a ton more things on my to-do list than I could ever actually hope to accomplish, and today is no exception. I thought this would be a quick, let's get it done type thing, but I'm realizing I usually underestimate how long things will take and overestimate my abilities. So I went ahead and closed the windows, turned on the window unit because it's already heating up, or at least I'm heating up, and it could have something to do with that rucksack. Oh, gracious. I did not know this cat was in here. Okay, let me do something with the cat because I don't want him in the bleach. I realize that the bleach will work better if this is not all wet, but I'm just trying to get the dust off of here because it's been a few months since we actually tiled this, and there's a little bit of soap scum and just dust. Okay, before anybody mentions it, I am 100% aware that using bleach when we are on a septic system is not ideal, although I would prefer not to. But in this one instance, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to use a minimal amount. Basically, I want to just get the grime off, get whatever layers of stuff are on here so that we can get it sealed. And I'm going to try to be really careful about using a minimal amount. I want to do this in two phases. First, I'm going to do the actual shower, and then I'll do this outside part. It may not even happen in the same day, but at least I can sweep it up because normal living just gets things dirty. No matter how much we take our shoes off and try to keep clean, we have a lot of the construction still going on, and that really contributes to dirty floors. Now, I honestly don't really worry about it too much at this point because we are still in construction. There's a lot of sanding, planing, so that generates a lot of sawdust. The grout lines are kind of an off-white, and because of shadows, it's hard to tell. And some of this here is the polyurethane from up top that dripped down through the ceiling, basically. So there's that. So only the grout lines from about 2/3 of the way down, I think, are affected because the ones up top don't really get sprayed with water and they're still pretty white. This one I just wiped down, and so it's starting to get bleached out a little bit. And these over here are starting to whiten up a little bit. I'm just going to leave this on here for a few hours and let it dry, and then we'll move on to the sealing of the grout. The dried on polyurethane actually came off pretty well with a scraper and a little bit of elbow grease. It's all mopped. Everything has been mopped twice, bleached down, wiped again, and rinsed. Now I'm letting it dry completely because I want all that bleach to do its work. And I know the bathroom is really clean. I feel like, I could be fooling myself, but I feel like I've probably done the hardest part, and the rest should be not smooth sailing, but easier. So the last thing I'm going to do before I kind of put this to rest for a little while is get this big fan, which I am going to put in the doorway here. The time has come with all that big drying fan. It dried in no time, and that's actually been several hours. So it's been setting, and I know it's perfectly dry. So now's the time, and I'm really pleased to show you that the tile down there, the grout, is really super clean, and I also feel like I didn't do as good of a job on the main part of the tile. Like the shower tile, I did really well, but I feel like I could do a better job bleaching this main part. So I'm going to treat this behind me, and then I'm going to come back while it's drying and bleach this main part again, and we'll go from there. But first I have to put my little buddy out because I don't want to risk that he will come in here and get his little paws in chemicals. So he doesn't really want to go outside, but I can't trust that he's not going to come in here. So say goodbye, Squirt. I read through the instructions and it seems pretty straightforward. We'll see if it actually is. I'm going to take a paper towel and wipe off my shoes. The product I'm using is called FILA Surface Care Solutions Grout Proof Grout Sealer. It says it's water-based, and here's the instructions. Spray it directly on the grout and spread it evenly with a small brush. I decided to use a little paintbrush. The surface may be used for normal foot traffic after 4 hours. Full care and maximum sealer protection is achieved in 8 hours. So it's somewhere right around 3:30. So I'm guessing we're just going to skip taking showers in this one tonight. And then immediately remove any excess product on tile. All right then. I was trying to take this stuff off, and I guess they put that on there for a reason. Let's start from the top and work our way down. Use my handy dandy work light. I think it might have made it more dark in some areas. Okay, how do I feel nervous about this? I feel like I am now. So the good news is it just goes straight down. Because of gravity. Gravity's amazing. I don't know. It seems to have like a pink tinge to it. I'm going to wash this out to make sure it's not something like in the paintbrush. Since this is one of our kids' paintbrushes, I don't know. Maybe it was used with red paint. Because the product coming out looks clear. Maybe you should not use a previously used paintbrush to spread your stuff. How about that? The fun part is that the corners are easy, but the other parts are staggered. So I'm gonna be like squirt this way, this way. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is start up here, and I'll just do one row, a small row, and spread it. Of course, it wants to go everywhere. I don't feel like there's really good control over this stuff, especially when they're saying don't get it all over the tile. It says it's a water-based formula, and I will tell you one thing, it doesn't have much smell. We have another kind of this stuff that we tried a little bit of this one time. One-step grout sealer from Tile Guard. Woo-wee. This stuff gave me a terrible headache. It was awful. Really, really strong. And I tried, you know, it smelled like kind of like strong paint or something. So maybe this stuff isn't as strong. I don't know. I don't even smell anything. And I'm really sensitive to smells. Just immediately wipe it off. As I'm putting the bathroom back together, I am trying to place a few doilies around, and I have become really distracted because everything in this bin I haven't seen for quite a while, and there's just a lot of memories in here. Memories of when my husband was in Israel, and this is a head covering. Lots of memories of things that my grandmother has made. Lots of doilies that my grandmother has made. Cute little things that my mom has made for me. He's the snarky cat. I have this bag of doilies that my aunt, who has recently died, she saw these at an antique mart and she sent them to me. She thought about me because she knew that I liked old handmade things. And so the doilies that I've placed around are doilies that she sent to me. In fact, all of them are some that she sent to me from Kentucky, and they all have a history, and it's just fun for me to imagine what the history might be. Some pretty neat ones, and some that are quite old. So there were 4 of these, and this one I didn't use. It actually has a fade mark in it where it actually got, you know, just looks like almost like they cut out a stain maybe. But this is an embroidered doily, and it's very delicate. It's a nice fine linen, and so there were 4 of those. I put 2 on the back of the toilet, 1 on the little rolling cart, and then this one I didn't use. And then there were 3 of these hand crocheted doilies that match, and so I used 2 of them. I used one under a vase of flowers, and I used one under an oil lamp. So these other ones will be put aside for now, and I will use them around the house. And I'm looking forward to being able to use the ones that are heirlooms in my home. I would say 90% of them were things that my grandmother crocheted, and we don't realize what a special gift that is, and especially until they're gone. Then we realize how much work went into these things, and yeah, it makes you think. So hold on to your heirlooms, if only to make you remember the people who made them for you. Now I need to, basically I've been putting things back into the bathroom that I took out in order to clean the tile. And now I'm going to do the rest of the stuff in the shower. I'm going to hang a little basket, and then that's going to be done. It's looking really good in here. I think the cleaning really helped the grout. And then it's hard for me to tell if the sealing the grout really did anything because it's nothing visible that I can see. But I just have to take it by faith that it will make it easier to clean in the future. The first thing that I need to do is I need to do something with this wall behind me. The one thing that I always do, because this has a sharp corner and this is a fairly sharp edge, there have been people who have banged their foreheads on it because it's a pretty small space. We have the toilet and then this wall, this half wall. And so I think Greg has done it at least twice where he sat down on the toilet and whacked his head on here, ended up with a goose egg. So now I just keep this folded towel on here. It keeps it nice and padded, and it coordinates fine with the color of the shower, so it just makes it all that more easy, because sometimes this is hidden behind here, not usually, but sometimes, and so it's easy to forget. And that's just, we didn't need something permanent. This works just fine. I just picked up this basket at Walmart. It's Better Homes and Gardens. It's like a silverish gold color. And how can it be silvery gold? I don't know, but it is. And that's just going to mount on the wall by suction cup. It should be a super easy process. You probably can't see them, but we have two prongs sticking out, and they are curing. And so in 24 hours, I can then hang the assembly on it, and it will hang. Not really that much to see, just nice bright grout lines. These are kind of an off-white biscuit color, but they look pretty bright. They look really good. Those little prongs are clear, so you're not really going to notice them. And even though we didn't get to hang it with this suction, I think this will work just fine. I ended up not able to use the suction cup part of this because it just didn't stick to the textured tile like the directions actually said. But the sticky part, which I had to leave on for like 24 hours, it's holding up so far, and we're not putting a small amount of weight on it. These are full bottles. So I think it looks really good. It's working great, and it's maybe not 100% straight. I can't really tell. I thought it looked straight, but I'm kind of wondering that now. But it turned out well. I'm really glad that I got the tile grouting sealed, and yeah, I think it's just going to make life a lot easier in the future for when we need to wipe it down, when we need to clean it. So that, my friends, is sealing the tile.